Welcome back to Adobe Live. I'm Ellie, and we have Ted Chin here today.
Hello. Thanks for having me.
Yes, I'm so excited. It's going to be so fun.
Yeah.
We're going to be working on some photo compositing, starting off in Firefly and playing around with building some cool fantasy landscapes. So thank you so much for joining us. If you are here, say hello in the chat. Let us know where you guys are watching from. And feel free to ask questions as we go along and learn from Ted. It's going to be great.
Hopefully, I can teach you guys everything I know.
Yes.
Nothing too complicated. should be fun.
Yes, absolutely. We have Alejandro here, Alessandra, Wade is here, Gala.
Hey.
Thank you so much for joining, Christian.
Get the party started.
Let's go. Yeah, the next hour is going to be so fun together.
I hope so. Yeah. Okay. So what are we doing today? Today, we're gonna, in the past few stream that I did here with Adobe, we do the Firefly. We talk about like how to use Firefly to build mood boards and use it to like use the tool to like composite two different photos together, building like fantasy world and stuff. So today I thought about like what would be something interesting to brought to you guys, right? Like something not too complex, but like something like actual way that I'll be using for myself to use the tool, the AI to help me to create. So I figured like, hey, we can go on to Adobe Firefly. We can type in some like fantasy world, dream world keywords, like to type it and then generate some board. And we're gonna go to Adobe Stock because there's a free section there, so all of you guys can practice, right? You don't have to waste your credit. And then we can download it and then we're gonna composite together in Photoshop.
Perfect. Sounds like a plan.
Yeah.
I'm excited.
So we're gonna go to Firefly and then text to image. And then you can feel free to do it too, right? Maybe I'll grab the mood board from you. Yeah.
Okay, let me see. Hold on. Let me pull up Firefly.
And I had the keywords copy and paste already because I keep forgetting. It's like if I type fantasy world, fantasy landscape, it gives me like two different results. So I was like, okay, fantasy world landscape.
Isn't that crazy how one word can just change everything?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy.
It's like I still haven't really mastered the way to use the prompt because I know like you can describe like a whole sentence, right? Like down to the details and everything. And I was browsing around too. I saw there's some amazing artwork people done. There's like the black and white landscape photography looks really good.
Yes.
I don't know if it will show up on my scoring right now, but I saw yesterday when I was like looking for inspiration.
Oh, I like the ice, the flower around, or the ice around the flower. I think it's up a little bit more.
Up a little bit more? Oh yeah,
that's cool.
That's really cool. Yeah, and I like that like when you hover the mouse on the top, you can see the keywords.
I was just gonna say that because then it gives you ideas of how you can kind of craft your prompts.
Oh, just like hey, moving to a new place, right? Oh, that's not what I want to make, but you can use that for interior design.
Yeah.
Okay, we're gonna hop back on here, and we're gonna type that. I think I use art instead of art. Use photo and digital art. Yes. And it's loading, right?
Yes.
So then it's like give us like few idea and concept, and you can go in there, pick the one you really like, thumbs up or not.
Yes.
Personally, I really like surreal landscape.
Yeah.
It's just like somewhere, some place that I can escape my mind to, right?
Yeah.
So that's like something I really like. What about you?
Cool for well, I like the idea of this. Like, if you're reading a book, maybe a fantasy book or something, and you're like, wait, I want to picture what this could look like. You could type what that landscape is into Firefly and it could generate like, which would be really cool to kind of then be able to visualize what certain scenes could look like. Or
I know that's like something I really like about like reading books. Like when I was a kid, I read a lot of books, and then it's like, oh, I can start seeing like
you see it in your mind, and then now you can like create what that world could look like, which is cool.
Yeah. So. Oh, let's see. Sorry, hello from LA.
Yes.
Yay. So this is like a lot of like mood board. I don't know if you can download it, but I don't know if you can ping it on history. So yeah, you can download a copy, or you can keep refresh and generate it till you find something you really like.
And you can show similar. So if you're like, I like this, but I want to see more options.
Yeah.
You can kind of expand on that.
When you use Firefly and generate stuff, how many times do you usually try to get like the perfect result?
It kind of depends because sometimes it comes up right away and it's like, that's the one I want. But then I'll usually do at least one more just to see if it will give me something else that I like.
Yeah.
But yeah, we do product photography, so I'm mostly using it for mock-ups or like ideas for sets and stuff like that.
I used to do retouching too.
Yes.
So I remember like it takes a lot of work
Yes.
to like patch, fixing all the details in there.
Yes, I know. We're excited about just like being able to expand things a lot more easily. You know, because you might shoot something, and it crops to a square really great, but then the client is like, actually, we want to use this on an Instagram story or a web header, and you have to expand it. And it's so much easier to do that now.
Yeah.
So it's awesome.
So I'm gonna grab this 2 photo.
Okay.
So one thing I really like about the concept art, typing concept art landscape on Firefly is like when it comes to photo composite, right? I don't know if it's same for the product. It's like we have to get the lighting and then the color, then toning, the direction, perspective all matched together.
Right.
One thing really hard to study is like lighting, right? Because like not a lot of people get a sense of it where the lightings come from instead of like left to right, right to left, or top bottom. There's actually 3-dimensional, like how the real life like works, right?
Yeah.
So a good way to do that is here. I'm gonna create a file. I always go with 16 by 20, I think. Vertical, sorry. So it's like for 4:5 ratio is perfect for social media, Instagram. You can do 16 by 9 too for the TikToks and Reels.
Yeah.
So I use this, and 300 DPI resolution is just like in case if you really like the design, you want to like print it and then use it.
It's nice to have that option.
You can blow it out to like 40-inch or like more than that, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So sorry, let me grab these 2. And then I have all the other files there. I'll show you guys in a bit, like why I have them. So the cool thing is that once I grab these 2 photos, right? So let's say like these are like different type of art. I don't not necessarily have to build exactly the same how I'm seeing on here, but it's a great reference and a study for me, right? So we're doing like a quick study, and then to break it down, you can see like something like first of all, there's a few things we can do. One is that we can crop expanding and fill the space.
Yes.
So we'll probably do that
so
too.
Nice.
We'll select this too. Just generate fill, generate. Hope this is not going too fast.
Yes, if anyone has questions as we're going, just drop them into the chat and we'll make sure to answer those. But everyone's saying hello. Umacorn, hi.
Hello.
Melanie. Tomas from Costa Rica. That's awesome.
Let's go. Okay. So we have these 2. I'm going to group them together. And a quick breakdown. A best way to study lighting, composition stuff is probably just turn into black and white, right? I don't know if it's same for you when you take photo. When I practice on photography, I like to take like black and white color. Because in there I can study like the lighting, the textures, the directions of the lighting, everything designed into the elements. So I realized that you can do the same with photo composite too, to testing if everything match, right?
That makes so much sense.
Yeah, and if you're trying to figure out where the light source is coming from, and then you're using AI to generate reference photos, so you can like use the same style or idea to apply to the photo you want to composite with. Right? So when I turn to this, and I can simply break this down to like say like, hey, few elements I need. Let's say, let me move this here. I know it's still there. Okay, so we have like kind of foreground right here, little area, and then we have this like kind of like middle-ish. In the back. Right? So by layers, right? And then there's the distant one right there. I'm gonna cover that. And then there's the sky. Whee! So I like to use this to apply to my artwork. So I always build like layers on top of layers to create like a depth of field. And then
gives it depth.
So you break it down, have a different layer, and then you can tell like, okay, like the further the object goes, like the more faded in distance, right? Is that correct?
Yeah, it's becoming more blurry, faded, fuzzy.
Now you can tell like the lighting here is more like brighter color. Like you can hide those, right? You can even make it brighter.
Like the sun is probably right there behind that
and there's
mountain peak.
Like let me see. You have color like this, the foreground, middle ground like there. So you can symbol like all the different tones and color here, right? So like the darkest color in the foreground is like this, but the darkest around here is kind of like that, right? So you see like there's
Yeah.
actual slightly different into it.
Yeah.
So when you composite into photos, right, it's the same too. Like the object in the further, like all the way in the back is not gonna have the same tone and shading
Yeah.
compared to the front.
Right.
So this is like some beginner tips. If you guys didn't notice that, you know, it's a pretty fun trick I use. So that I can use that to apply to like multiply or blending to like different layer, right? There's
Right. To make sure it looks realistic.
Yeah. So that's how. But with like photo product shoot, it's probably more fun to like you get to design the whole thing before you even start it, so you don't have to
Right.
worry about it.
Yeah.
So it's like instead of like spending 5 hours making the light correct, you spend like 10 hours getting all your equipment ready for it.
Yeah, building the actual sets.
Yeah. Yeah. So it's almost in a way like if you're a photographer interested into getting to composite like this, just imagine like you're building the light set, but now in like virtual in your head on the canvas, if that makes sense.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So you're building that instead of like, you know, in real life. So it kind of makes more sense and they're all like relative to each other.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah. So that being said, I'm gonna hide these because I already pre-gen some photos before the live. So I can go with a simple study and direction I want to. So this is like the something I type in, fantasy world, landscape, and then this is the photo I want to use.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna bring that into here. And same thing, gonna do that. The other thing you can do is also like, I think it's like when you, let me see, as that goes. You can just also expand it, generate expanded to that. It's the same way, it will just like fill the other space.
Yeah.
But personally, I'm just doing it here so I can get the best resolutions.
Yeah. Well, and then you know what size exactly. You don't have to like.
Just gotta generate that.
Yeah. Perfect. Thank you for
Waiting
joining
for
us, Marcia. If anyone is just joining us, Ted is working in Photoshop. This is an image made in Firefly, and he's going to be compositing it, some things into it or around it.
Sorry, sweaty a little
That's
bit.
okay. You're working harder right now.
I'm working hard for you guys.
Yeah. Oh, cool.
Yeah, we can go with that.
That's cool. I like that one.
Yeah. So then from here, it's the same thing that do a quick breakdown, right? So we can tell the lighting is coming from like these directions, I would say.
Yeah.
Right. So I would say like something bright here.
Yeah.
That comes in, and then you have a highlight here, some highlights there, some object, foreground is the water, and then there's like this is like the dark shadow, right? So it's just like when the light is coming from here, you have something here. It's gonna be like darker.
Yeah,
And then there's
that's
gonna be
blocking
like
it.
a light bouncing around, right?
Yeah.
Coming here, bouncing, that kind of like bounce all back.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's
Yeah.
like really bad, right? I mean, it makes sense, right? It makes
does
sense.
make
Yeah,
sense. Yeah.
Looks horrible, but it makes sense.
Yeah.
Right? So that's what will be. I call it fine tuning. So it's post editing, fine tuning,
Right, yeah.
editing. You know, sometimes it looks interesting. Sometimes it looks really boring. Just like
Sure.
we're just doing minor detail fixing, right?
But those are the details that somebody might not notice, but then that's what actually makes it look realistic. And if
Yeah.
it wasn't there, it would be like people would know. They may not be able to put their finger on it, but they would know that it's not real.
Yeah, so if I want to manipulate, composite this photo, there's a few things I'm gonna be looking for. So one is probably, I'll call this number one, it's like this piece, the foreground, and then something in the middle, I'll put it right there. And then these right here, the mountain, the third piece, and then the cloud, right? So that's
Yeah.
like number 4. So I do like 1, 2, 3, and 4. And I don't know if this will be there or not, because like, the lighting doesn't really make sense.
Yeah, I feel like that. It looks like that should be the lighting source, but then it's not.
Yeah, but we could also put like a moon or like
Yes,
something
something
like
that
that
would
because
make more
it is
sense.
a surreal dream world. So
Yeah.
it could be anything you wanted, right? So remember, we're
Absolutely.
using this for reference, so it doesn't have to be perfect.
Yes. Debbie says, I love compositing. AI has just sped up the process of pulling images together.
Yeah.
Which is true. Yeah. Absolutely.
Like when I first got my hand onto AI tools,
Yeah.
I was like very excited. I was like, oh my god, like I hit an art block. I didn't have any idea what I want to do. Like
Right.
running out of ideas, right? So I was like, oh, like I'll typing like words and keywords into AI. So it works for me.
Yeah,
And come up with like a lot of great idea, right?
Yeah.
But then after playing for like few months straight, and I got a little bit tired of it because it's like, yes, those are my ideas, but those are not really like my work, if that makes sense.
Right. Yeah. But then now you can make it into your work.
Yeah, now it's just like, okay, I can use it for mood board and then create anything I want.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah. So for those of you who are not subscribed to Adobe Stock, I know it's not too pricey, but it depends, right? I don't know when they added this, but there's a free sections there, or maybe it was there the whole time. I just never saw it, right? So if you want to practice,
take advantage of it. Yeah.
You want to practice editing, finding photos, use for inspiration, or creating anything you want. Just go here, click free. So it's really, really nice.
Oh,
and you can see all the stuff I like searched already. Yeah. So we're gonna look for mountain. Yeah. So let's see what we need. I'm gonna switch in between. I also have few photos that's ready, but we're just gonna like actually
Just
go
to
through
see what there is.
how I usually go to, right? So subcategory, put in photos, make sure everything's look right. Doesn't matter if I have people in it or not.
Yeah.
They have really good options. There was also other, sometimes I see, sometimes I don't, but there's an option you can pick if it's include or exclude AI photos. Yeah.
Yes.
So you don't accidentally license AI product out there, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Do you use Adobe Stock too? Or?
We do sometimes, yeah. We don't use a ton of stock. Well, and now what's really nice is because like what we have used stock for in the past is maybe like, for example, there was a client where she really wanted figs in the photo and they were out of season and we couldn't get any that looked good. So we kind of shot with this like weird like frozen one that didn't look that good, and then we took a stock photo and we just put it like a fig in there,
nice.
But like we still had to like match the lighting and everything,
Yeah.
But now we can just generate a fig into the image, and it's so much easier, and it kind of matches everything for you. So
save a lot of time.
It's gonna save a lot of time, but yeah, that's most of what we use stock for is things like that. Kind of funny, yeah.
That's funny you say fig because like my friend and I, we have fig trees in our backyard. Yeah, they still have some fruit. Let me know next time you need it. I'll cut it down and you can use it.
Yeah, I forget what time of year it was, but they were just not in season. So my mom randomly had some in her freezer, so that's where we got one. But
yeah. So some photo we can use is like this one is really good. I like the foreground.
I love that.
It kind of match with that lighting. Also, same lighting right from left to right.
Yes.
That would be something interesting to add to Adobe Stock. Like you can search based on lighting directions.
That would be really cool.
There you go. New
idea.
New idea for you guys.
You heard it here first. Yeah, Umacorn says the free stuff was always there. Yes, it was.
It was always there?
I think it was, but
I didn't know.
Well, I think it was. But you can search it so easily. So I don't know if that search, I don't think I've ever searched like just free like that. So
yeah,
it's a good tip to know if you're looking for free images to use.
Yeah, you can tell like there's a lot of like example that I already like pre-downloaded, but we can also look some like extra ones. So let's see what else we need. Maybe we do need some crazy cloud.
Yes.
Yeah,
Debbie says there's been an included portion of stock images for a while. Seems like we have access to more when using Adobe's tools now. Yeah, because I know when you use Express, you have access to stock too, which is really awesome.
Oh, I didn't know that.
You can pull from stock, and I think it's all included in Express. I think at least everything that I've tried to use has been available.
Okay, what else we need? Maybe what do you call this? Like a little hill?
Yeah.
Run.
Well, like is
cliff?
it grassy? Like a grassy.
Grassy.
Or grass on like a little. I don't know.
Yeah.
Plain
Hill?
ledge. Yeah.
Maybe. That's all the thing, right? It's just like sometimes though about like what keywords you use to find. Yeah, because like one word could change.
Well, just like generating something, it's like you have to learn
that too,
how
yeah.
to tell the search what you want.
I'm just gonna type land. We're figuring it out, but yeah, landscape is a word I use a lot.
Yeah.
Field, mountains, hills, but don't worry. We'll start with some of the stuff I done already.
There you go.
Number them right here for you guys. Also, you can find the same photos on Adobe Stock, right? So this is the one of them we're gonna use. There's a number here, so you guys can go find it. I'm just gonna go through it slow. And this is the other one we're gonna be using. This one for the foreground, right? So we're gonna use this one for the bottom left part.
Nice.
Yeah. And then this for the cloud. But we can also replace it. So we're gonna start with this four, and then from there we're gonna build differently from what I pre-made. So I'm gonna drag this directly onto Photoshop. It will create a smart object. And we're gonna start compositing.
Let's go.
Let me think. Here, I'm gonna do this. So, doop, boop, boop. Oh, I have to let me make something new real quick. So what I want to do is to have two up vertical, right? So.
So you can refer to it as you.
Yeah, I wanna
go along.
drag this into here. So I don't have to like skip back and forth. Okay, I'm gonna leave it like that. And we're gonna start composite. So these are the photo we found earlier. I'm gonna starting with this. What I usually like to do is, there's a different way to do it. You can do like, I think select and sky. I'm on the right. Just gotta make sure I'm on the right there. So
Yes.
That's select the sky, and then you can use
did a really
this
good
toolbar.
job.
Yeah, it did a really, really good job. So you can click this and invert it, right? Or what do you call this mode? It's like an overlay mask.
I think it's an overlay.
Yeah.
But I don't. Oh, quick mask.
Quick mask.
Yeah.
So it's pressing Q.
Yeah, quick mask.
It's showing like what you're selecting and what you're not. So you can also like go in and brush the details.
Right.
And then make sure to invert the mask, or make sure like you're selecting what you want to mask. Right?
Yeah.
So that's one way to do it too. The other way, like you can always just using like sometimes I get a little bit lazy, that I just press W, the quick selection tool, and just brush like that. Sometimes it works.
Yeah.
Sometimes that works. Sometimes it doesn't work that well. So we're gonna go with the lazier way. Just, I mean, they're both one click, so.
Yeah. So
way.
which one's actually lazier?
How lazy can I be? That's the challenge. We're gonna move this here. Make it smaller. So we can go
You got more
bigger
space,
there.
yeah.
Yay. And my workspace, I have the right side I have opens a history, navigator, and then properties, right? Navigator for me is really good. So instead of like when I'm compositing, instead of like I have to step 10 steps away to really look at the composition and everything, I can just see the smaller version on the right side.
Yeah,
you know?
that's awesome.
So it helped me to decide. Sometimes I can just take a look at that. I was like, okay, like I need to redo some parts or not. So we can.
I'm sorry.
Oops.
Oh. You're not a part of this conversation.
Yeah, I was like, stop listening to
Yeah,
my
stop
conversation.
listening to us.
Like, stop it. You know? Like, you're not invited to the pizza party.
Yeah.
That's really funny. That never happened
I'm
before.
sorry.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, you should be.
So we're gonna start with that. Kind of create a fill in there. Okay. And then we're gonna go ahead and use this one. And you might be like thinking like, what? How are you gonna combine these two together?
How are you gonna combine it together? Let's see.
It's easy. So because we gotta remember, right? The light source is coming from these directions, but on this photo is here, right? So all we have to do is a simple right click, Command T or Control T, right click, transform, flip horizontal, right? Horizontal. Yeah. Then we're just gonna drag it behind it, and then reposition it.
That's awesome.
Right. So we're gonna move around. Oops. I'm just gonna make it bigger. Maybe like that. Yeah. Boom. And then we're gonna move this. This is where I keep expanding outside the canvas. So I'll tell you what I'm thinking right now.
Yes.
Right here, like Let me use this brush. So everything around here looks fine to me. The lighting's coming from the similar directions. The fog, the mist. All this part works pretty good for me.
Yeah.
The only thing that's bothering me is this, right? So you could go in and use like different tool. What do you call this? The healing, spot healing, clone, or whatever to do to remove that. But for me, like who's just like always composite pretty fast, I'm just gonna like keep making bigger and then hide it. You know?
Yeah. There you go.
If you don't see, then it's not a problem.
It's
right?
not there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can't say like, was it even
one will
there?
know.
Yeah, they'll never know.
Who's
right?
gonna know?
Till you get my PSD file, you're like, what is going on here?
Come on.
It's like there's a little secret, right?
Yeah.
When you don't see, then it's not a problem,
there.
right?
Not real.
See, like it looks like fine. So I'm gonna make sure to fix this a little bit. I'm gonna just brush it down with 30% opacity. That's fine. Maybe just go even like that. Yeah. You know what? Do I have to hide you?
Hide you also?
Wait, let
Debbie
me look
says,
at
just select and let AI decide for you.
Yeah. Just want to do kind of like that. Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah.
Because what I could do is move the bag and see like which one will work the best. But it's okay. We're gonna go with that. That's fine. Because like later on we can change something else too.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Okay.
Looks good.
So now what else we need? Oh. So we have, for example, we have this part and this part. So now we need the front part and then the cloud, right?
Yeah.
So to do that, let me jump back to here. I am gonna do the same thing to that layer. We're gonna remove the sky from the, oop, cannot complete your request. Just gotta make sure I'm selecting the right layer.
Yeah, I was gonna ask if you're on the right layer.
Just try it again. Have you turned it on and turn it off and turn it on
Did
again?
Did you unplug it?
Yeah, just unplug it, and then it works. It's like, I don't know why it's working.
Maybe Photoshop is just being lazy, and then it's like, all right, fine.
Yeah,
fine,
Photoshop's like, you know what, we're gonna be lazy together.
Yeah.
Might as well,
Yeah.
Okay, so those are that. And then, do I want to no, that's the wrong. Here, let me name this foreground and midground. Because I keep clicking the wrong one.
Yeah, I know they look so similar, so small like that.
Yeah. Maybe you can color code it too.
Yes.
So like whichever is easier for you to see. Let me see. Does that look better? I don't know which one looks better. We have option 1 and option 2.
Oh. They go back? I like that.
You like that one?
Yeah.
All right, we're gonna keep that one.
Yeah.
So if it looks bad, I can say it's not my problem.
It's my fault. It's okay. You can blame it on me.
Yeah. Okay. So, oh yeah, let me save the file.
Oh yeah, good
Adobe
call.
Live. Yeah, always save your file in
Mhm.
case it crashed.
Oh
You
yeah.
can fix it. All right, and then we're gonna go ahead and build the shadow part. So we're gonna use this, right? So for this, it's the similar breakdown. The lighting is actually different on this one because it's actually coming from like, this is in the front, but there's a lighting coming from there, right? Because this is the shadow and the highlights there. So let me see. It's pretty easy fix. Well, we just always remove something we don't want. So we're gonna select that, and then invert it, and boom. Now we have this, and then we're gonna figure it out. The composition. No, not that. We're gonna do this. And I kind of like the foreground, the reflections, the water part. I want to keep it. So something I do this sometimes too that you can't really tell is that I just hold Shift, and Command T to do the transform, and then I hold Shift on mine because I have the lock to change the. It's not lock into the actual ratio. The ratio.
Yeah.
So I just do.
You can kind of squash it.
Yeah, squash it.
Yeah.
Just make it like flat. So you don't even really know, right?
No,
like,
no.
that's kind of how it looks like. I swear to God.
Yeah.
That's exactly how I found it. You guys didn't see anything, right?
I didn't see anything.
So we got a little, and then what we're gonna do, there's a few things we're gonna fix from here. So basically what we're gonna do is like, first I have to make this dark and then fix the tone so it match the background. And second is that I'm gonna have to take this part out.
Right,
Yeah.
the reflection.
The reflection.
Of that, yeah.
And then this part, actually I have to make the mountain reflected on the bottom, right?
Yeah.
So let's see, how do we do this? Processing in my head. There's like a spinning
The
bar
trouble-
going on,
the
you know.
troubleshooting, yes.
Yeah, troubleshooting like bing.
Yep.
Okay, I got it. So let me do this. Full foreground. That's not an actual term. I just made that up, but it's for me to understand.
Well,
where
it
this
makes
is.
sense.
Yeah.
It makes sense. That's the
Yeah.
There's multiple foregrounds, and this is the most foreground.
Yeah. So we're gonna use the famous. Is it remove tool, right? Let's see. Yeah, the remove tool. And then I'm just holding J. You can also hold Shift J to switch in between the tools on that. And then I'm just gonna, hopefully this work. If not, actually not remove tool. Sorry, I remember remove tool doesn't work. We're gonna select here, and this is what gem fill is for.
Oh yeah.
Yes, we're gonna do gem fill instead.
Let it do the work.
Either gem fill or remove tool. One of it will work. I don't know
Okay.
which one, but we're gonna figure it out.
Let's see.
Yeah.
That's the thing, is it's nice to know how to do things multiple ways, because for certain images things work better. That looks pretty good.
Yeah, it looks pretty good. Zoom all the way in.
Oh, that looks, yeah, ooh.
You like that better? Is that a person?
I don't know. It's kind of hard to tell. I kind of like that last one. It looks
This
like
one?
a path. Yeah.
Yeah, last one could work. We'll keep that. Why not?
Yeah. I
Right.
mean, it's gonna be small anyway.
And we're gonna flatten the whole layers and save it. Because what I did was I went into the smart object and then to edit the original photo.
So. Yeah.
So when I close it, it should update it here, right? So this is
Which
like
is great,
before and after,
Yes.
right? So what it does, the difference is that now whatever I change the size and dimension or whatever, it still keep the high resolution. So it doesn't affect the original photo, well, till I double click and jump in and do that, right? Okay, so we got that. And then I'm gonna use selection tool, right? Quick selections, and I just select the reflection, which somehow it worked very well here.
It worked really good.
I don't know why, but it does. I'm gonna create a group and put that mask there. There's nothing in there right now, so I'm just like, leave it in the B. We'll go back and edit it. Okay, now we're gonna pop into here using these single adjustments layers thing. I don't know. I like to use this instead of like going. Do you ever go into filter and adjustment layer filter?
Sometimes.
Sometimes, yeah. Was it layer? Yeah, layer
Yeah.
adjustment layer. For me, I'm just like getting lazy. It's just like all these panels
No,
right here.
I think
yeah.
that's the easiest way to do it, for sure. Everyone is agreeing in the chat that color coding your layers is the best.
Yeah.
I should get into that,
I know.
actually.
I don't even name my layers. I'm a monster.
Months.
I'm a monster, guys. I'm sorry. So we're gonna use hue saturation, desaturate it, and then use the brightness to bring it down. So it kind of give you like feeling of right. So we have a reference on the left side. So whatever you're creating on the right side, when I run into a problem, I'll just like hey, like I see how the light works in that photo.
Absolutely,
like I can use that on my creation, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's really smart.
Now you can even go in here, just give it like a nice green tone. Actually, the other way I like to do is to use this little icon right here. You click it, you go to selective color, and clip to the thing, right? So here, I'm gonna code it just for you guys can see. This is all one layer.
That's awesome.
Yeah, and I'm gonna go in here, and then the blacks, is it neutral? And whites. So this toggle the 3-tone, like the highlight, the mid-tone, and then the shadow.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's the actual correct way, like what it means, but that's
You know
how I
what?
use it.
However it works is how it works. Like, yeah.
Because then you can change the darkness on it, and then you can
Yes.
also add tone onto it to like
Which is really cool.
to match them, right?
Yeah.
I think this one's a little bit there, something like that. Is it though? Let me see.
It looks pretty good.
Yeah.
The green, yeah.
Yeah, there's a tone on that. And then you can also go into the mid-tone, which toggles like the difference on there. We gotta leave it like that. That's right. So I don't know if a lot of people use that layer adjustment.
That's cool though.
Yeah, I really found it during my YouTube journey many years ago. And I was just like, oh, like, I don't know what this does, but it works. So I've been using that. I also use color balance. It helps a lot too.
Yeah.
Okay, so from there, I'm going to code it.
It looks really good already.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
We're doing this together.
Makes the dream
Yeah,
work.
and if anybody come in and looks bad, I was like, no, not teamwork, you know. That wasn't me. Okay, you know what? I'm going to call it M1. Mountain 1.
Mountain 1.
There you go. So you get it.
I understand you. I
you
get
understand me.
Yeah.
Speak my broken design language. The unofficial term.
Like there is always stuff that just makes sense to you, you know?
Okay, I'm going to keep the powder that color and then mountain 1 that color, right? So I use the selection tool, select the mountain. I'm just going to Control C and Control V, paste it, Control T, transform, and vertical, right? And then this is the layer mask we created earlier, and this is what we need it for. I'm just gonna drop it in here, turn it on. Should be there. Perfect.
Nice.
And then I'm gonna hold Shift and click the mask so I can temporarily disable it.
Yes.
Blah 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 blah.
So much talking today. You're doing great. You're flying through this. I'm impressed.
Thank you. It's a 2 month of Twitch training, you know, just doing live stream all the time by myself, talking to myself.
Do you just talk to yourself when you edit by yourself now, even if you're not streaming? You're just like, I gotta be talking.
No. If I'm not streaming, I'm just like, I just want to lay on the couch and not do anything, you know. Yeah. Because yesterday I accidentally streamed 5 hours
That's
straight.
what you said.
Yeah, I know. I was like,
I don't know how you did that.
I don't know either.
And how your brain is functioning. That's
just like,
I mean, that takes talent.
That's a headache.
Oh yeah.
But at one point I just started talking video games, you know. Just
Yeah.
Hey, let's change the topic, chat.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know.
That's fun.
All right, we don't have to go super detailed because this is just for study. I don't know exactly if that's how the reflection is supposed to look like. But we can also always jump back to, where's my Pado? Jump back to Pado to see, right? So if the mountain's kind of there, it's flat, but it's there.
Yeah.
So you should be able to see somehow maybe there. Oh, we do need to take that off. So we're gonna go something easy. I think maybe I put on the top. Yeah, sure. So I'm gonna hold Command, or you can do Control PC and then left click. So I'm doing this, and then I created a new layer, and I'm just gonna use clone stem, which is S, and then Options. Click where I want to sample. Click to current below, and then just oh, that's awkward. That didn't work. I forgot to turn it on, sorry. I was like, wait a minute. I'm pretty sure that's how it works yesterday, you know? I might just use remove tool. I don't know, whichever.
Hey, it's looking pretty good. Huh.
Yeah. No. Gotta make it a little bit bigger. Just cover it.
Yeah.
I mean, you get an idea. Just
yeah.
Yeah, kind of like that. Yeah. I mean, you want to.
Pretty good.
I don't think you will see that one.
I think that one's covered up.
Yeah. You gotta move this to the bottom, right? And then it's reflection. So reflection usually is a little bit darker, maybe not that dark. And then we're gonna blur. This is the other thing I need to do here. I'm gonna change it to smart object. And put that layer mask back so I can go on here, blur, got some blur. And you can because you can always if I do it on smart object, and I can always double click on it and then go back to change it to different, right? Yeah, I can always jump back and forth.
Yeah.
Till I match something I really like. I am gonna do something not super dark. Just brushing on the layer mask just to make the tip a little bit dark. I think the tone need to be fixed. Maybe we'll do that too. But it shouldn't look too different from the top.
Right,
you know?
yeah.
And then the edge is not looking perfect. So you can go in and then like I use soft brush. So if you press F5, there's the hard brush and soft one. I always use the soft one to do like retouch on these. Because, you know, like it's like when you take a photo, when you zoom in, right? There's no like super sharp edge unless like, I mean, there is, but like most of the time it's not. For like not man-made stuff most of the time.
Yeah.
So we just gotta leave it like that, right?
Yeah, looks good.
Yeah, and I can always just like, you know, like, oh, I was like, what happened there? Yeah, we're just gonna leave it like that. I thought like that shouldn't. Oh, it's like the Photoshop.
It was just loading.
Glitch. Yeah. It's like, I know you're there. Like, stop hiding.
Yeah, that's weird.
We're gonna leave it like that.
Yeah.
For now, right? Okay, cool. So this is the reflection. All right, we're getting there. And we need clouds. We need clouds on the top. So this is the cloud photo. Same thing on this one. Quick breakdown. Lighting coming from here. This is a shadow. You have a nice haze, I think is what it's called. So to make it easier, I'm just gonna select the top part and mask it, and then drag it all the way behind everything. I think that's the top, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So you're gonna be like thinking like, wait, like that doesn't look right. So what I'm gonna do is like when you zoom in really close, this is like another thing for like when you're blending skies. Either it's night sky, daytime, fog, distance, sunshine. There's like this haze right here, right?
Yeah.
So when you look far enough, like it's just not simple like two photos together. There's like there's a light bouncing hazing in the very far distance. So you want to mimic that too.
Right.
And somehow this also match with where that's coming from. So all I have to do is probably just make it super big. And then, you know, that kind of like match in that direction.
Yeah.
Right? And then you still have to fine tuning and then fix like, you know, corrections.
Because you don't want the clouds to be completely out of it.
Yeah.
That was the point. Yeah.
See, there's like some part I didn't mask it clean. So I found it already. It's and yeah, color coding really actually help. I was like, where am I looking at? Okay, so to do something, let me test this brush real quick. I think this need to be top. No, this need to be behind the mountain one. Okay, so I'm gonna use brush and simple, probably this color maybe, and then just make the brush really big, and then just like kind of whoop, not there. Maybe it goes behind this. Kind of mimic that.
Yeah.
It's not gonna be perfect, but I think I will just work on it.
It does look good
opacity. Though. Yeah, it's just like this is the part where it comes to like the fine tuning, right? Like I need to make this look as good as possible.
Yes.
And then like to get everything right. Let's see. There's something missing there. Ooh. Right, there's like the storm coming, looking. I might do a little bit of that. And then you also need to fine tune in the storm too, which I think maybe might not do that. I could jump to this. I'm gonna target the shadow. There's a lot of fine detailing. This is the part where it's like, oh, people might just like get tired or get bored.
Yeah.
It's like, hurry up, we want to see.
Don't give up now.
We want to see some magic. do something crazy, you know. Like I just like stand up and do a backflip and then like jump back.
Oh, that would be crazy. While you're still editing somehow.
Yeah. I'm gonna do this. I mean, I could match the backtone, and then this is where we see like the mountain need to be change the color to, and then I'm gonna put this into a folder. So is that a folder? Yes, perfect. Then I'm gonna do a little bit like there. I'm gonna invert the mask and then go in and repaint it the top because I like the top changing to the brown darker color, but I want to keep the green in the front, right? In the front there, we can see obviously there's something there, so we need to go ahead and figure out which layer that is. And then if you pay attention to the left part, this black and white, the color box, when I press X, it goes switch in between, and then D is just to reset it to the default and switch in between, so like I can change the opacity down the top. The opacity is always changing because I hit the short key, the numbers 4, 6, 7, 40%, 60%. So I can just like brush off those mountains there, and obviously we need to fix the cloud. Then I can even just make it bigger, and then try and do match that, right? And then there's like some green there. Then I need to figure out where is that green coming from. There you go. I found you.
The grass.
So I'm just like pan up, but that's like the background from the cloud, so we're not gonna do that. We can do like some color tuning on that too. So if this is where that's coming from, then just clip this color balance, go in there, maybe a little bit red, inverted it, and go back and pen it, right? Just like get rid of that. Or you can use the hue saturation tool to take out like the hue and stuff, you know. And I just noticed what's going on is because this need to be a little bit more going maybe here. Let me test it out real quick. I see. Don't give up on me, guys.
Stick with us.
The magic is coming a bit. I don't know when, but soon, you know? I might even just put it around here. It's because I want the light source coming, like looks better. I was like, something was off around there, and I can put a mask. Maybe around here. Oop, go brighter, sorry, and maybe darker. All right, and then we're gonna pop back to mountain 1, and then we're gonna clip it and create shadows on there.
Wait, it says, we're here, Ted.
Is it in that TikTok like da, 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 da. That's what I've been doing, and then you're on the side like da, da. And I try, you know,
I'm just waiting in suspense. It's so fun to see it all come together.
Yeah, because under the cloud, they see the tip of the mountain, the cloud kind of happened to blending with the background. Like, and I was like, okay, that works. We still need to fix this, so I am gonna see if there's an easier way to do this. Most of the time, the easiest way to fix stuff is just to like brush it away. I can just like probably just gonna do that. Dun, 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 dun.
Debbie says, you're a modern day Bob Ross moving fluffy little clouds around like magic.
I know, right? I gotta learn how to talk like him. Like from here.
So calming.
Yeah, we're gonna add a little happy
little cloud
trail right there. And then we're gonna make it work.
Yeah, you're doing great.
Then we're doing wait, I forgot what I was doing, but yeah, that'll do, you know. That's the trick your eyes. I mean, there's a lot of detail, but...
Shiva says, amazing edit.
Thank you. I'm glad I didn't disappoint you.
Oh, no.
Let's see. Okay, so... What is this? Okay, that's M2. This is why my layer gets longer. Mountain 2, I know, right?
I got you.
If you start expanding my layer, it's like, whoa, we went from 4 layers to 50 in 5 minutes. What is happening?
So fast.
Yeah, it's like, I don't know what happened, guys.
Going wild.
Okay. So M2, between M2 and M1, where did M1 go? Why is it group 7 now? Between M2 and M1,
they're naming themselves.
Yeah, there has a certain type of the haze is in there, the light bouncing, right? When you go shoot nature photography, you go to a foggy area, sunrise,
all the water in the air.
So this is why it's also important to be a photographer, so you can learn a different way and how photos should look like sometimes, right?
Absolutely.
I'm just gonna brush it and then screen, changing the blending mode to screen, and then just reduce it like that. Boom.
Looks good.
Cool. Just save it. And from here, you can also go like something crazier. I like to add a little bit like lighting leaking from the left side. That's like simple. Maybe here, right? You can just like, yeah, I'm gonna use more dramatic color so you guys can actually see better.
Let's do it.
I think I'll do this and then do same color like that. Okay, so usually when I create a light leak, use 60% opacity, soft brush, starting with the softer color, actually 30%, right? Click it, and then you shrink the size, click it, and then click it, and then like the middle part is like brighter, and then you switch to like, right? So now it looks like an actual sunlight.
It really
does. Right? So that's like the secret
even
sauce.
With the rays, it looks
right?
so good.
That's how you create it. And then you can just make it bigger and then hide it somewhere there, right?
Wow.
And then have like
beautiful.
Have that light glowing happening,
It
and then
really
reduce
feels like
it.
it's glowing.
Yeah, so you have that light, secret tiny sunlight leaking, filling that it doesn't take too much to make. It's easy.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
We have 5 minutes left to see.
5 minutes left?
4 minutes now.
Okay.
I know.
We're gonna do this real quick.
It went by so fast.
I'm gonna do gradient math, and then I'm gonna jump this to Softfly. You can do Softfly overlay, and then you can screen down, and there's a preset, and then we're gonna use clicking this,
so
click
good.
that. I think this is
there.
gonna change the. We're gonna use dark green for the bottom, and then we're gonna create like an orange highlight for the highlight, and maybe it's around there, probably like that. I'm not really sure. You can always change it, create this, and then reduce it to like 30%, right? So there's like a color grading that you can add to it, and you can go back and fine tune it, like affecting the different highlight, kind of like more green, more blue, more like any color you desire, right? So you can do that. So this is what we create on here today.
Debbie says you could add a dragon.
A dragon? Dragon. Yeah. Dragon. I don't know. Sometimes it works on it.
We have a couple minutes.
But I want to show you what I did yesterday and compared to what we did here today. So this is what I made yesterday at home. But I actually like what we make today better.
I love what we made. I mean, the other one is great too, but I love the colors in this one.
Yes, it's very different. So this is all same. Photos. So, you know, if you guys want the PSD file, I can share the link. I'll post on my story on my Instagram.
Then you guys can make your own and see how yours comes out, which is cool.
Yeah, but all this is on Adobe Stock for free.
Yes.
Exact number, you know.
Yes, absolutely.
Right, so it's the difference with two.
That is crazy. Yeah.
I did yesterday and today. It looks so different, right? It looks
really
like two different things.
Yeah, it kind of looks like two different places almost.
Yeah, and all from the photo from the left side, that Firefly generator. And one thing I realized was very interesting is that, here, I'm going to do this. I'm gonna cover it. So I realized so back in the day, I used to have to go find like lens flare photo to use it. You can license on Adobe Stock too. They're like free one. But I realized you can use that to generate with Firefly. That I didn't think of, you know. So we're gonna do lens.
And Christian says it was worth it today just for the solar secret.
Oh yeah, so it's like a fun thing I use a lot in like
That's
anywhere.
really cool.
Yeah,
I like that. I've never seen that before.
Use like 30%, and then you start with the darker color from the outside, and then you shrink the brush inside, and then smaller, and then make it brighter. And the middle is like one white dot.
It's really cool.
Maybe not that, but sorry. Circular lens flare, black background. I think that's the one. Totally spelled that wrong, by the way.
See if it knows.
Yeah. Let's see. We got a few minutes. Maybe
minutes.
we'll render.
Let's go.
Let's go, AI. Let's go.
You got it.
We're rooting. Sorry. Do I have to start a new one? Maybe it's just called lens flare. I didn't know that there's a different term for lens flare.
I know.
And also, I just realized, I think lens flare. There's like circular, hexagon, ghosting or whatever.
Oh, ghosting. That's
I didn't know.
cool.
I just lens flare, left to right.
Yeah. Shiva says, I'm really impressed with this edit. Oh, yeah, that looks...
We're just going to do screen. That looks weird, but we'll make one of this work, maybe. I mean, but you guys get the idea. I just want to show you guys hey, you can actually generate lens flare with. That looks like a.
That's cool.
Yeah, you can actually.
Tone it down.
Yeah, you can actually generate a lens flare for your photo by Firefly.
That's awesome.
I just want to show you guys that since I have that. But yeah, now
That's
you have
really cool.
before and after. And if you guys want this file, let me know. I'll share the link, post it,
Instagram.
on my
Yes.
story. You can download it. You can like find exactly photos on there and practice.
Cool.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, Ted. This was such a great stream. Thank you all for joining us. And I hope that you guys do all take this and practice and make your own photos. And then make sure to tag Ted too so that he can see them once they're all done. And thank you for watching. And we will see you guys next time.
Bye.
Bye.